really liked this firm. It was a up-and-coming firm. It had superb offices in 1985. I was glad to join, and I literally in day two began a tax career, which I hadn't fully planned in day one. But I met the head of tax, and he sort of invited me along to give it 6 months. I did that, and he involved me in work from quite an early stage that was interesting, and that's why I stayed A in tax and B with the firm for such a long period. The tax partner I joined with, who went on to become a managing partner, Maurice McCloy. Maurice was a great professional, probably one of the cleverest people, if not the most able person I've ever worked with. He was a great teacher, a great mentor. He was very open with bringing me into the most complex of projects, which as a beginner, as a first year, was just really interesting for me to be involved in so early in my career. So I worked with him for 20 years. I'm still really friendly with him, and I would credit what I am today largely to what he taught me in the first 20 years. I mean, I'm just so proud to be here for so long. I've got strong family and social life outside of this firm, but you can imagine in 39 years, the friendships that I've developed both from within the firm, from people who have left the firm, with clients, so it's been a big part of my life.
I chose KPMG because of the great people that I met during the accountancy milk round process, and also the fabulous business school that KPMG had in Dublin. I knew that I would get really deep, rich, the best training during my training contract, and also indeed as an all-in firm, the great opportunity I would get while I would be based in Belfast. I would also have the opportunity to work with our people and our great clients in Dublin and beyond.
When I first came into KPMG, to say the restructuring and forensic department that I was involved with had sort of petered away, so my task was to build the department up and also get involved with what was going on in Dublin. Back in 2009, 2010, we had the financial crisis, so for someone in restructuring, we got pretty busy, and to say the least. So life was busy both north and south of the border. Really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun when I was in KPMG. I have to say, having moved on from KPMG, seems to be an age ago, but it's actually 5 years ago, the biggest thing I miss about KPMG is the people. People in Belfast that I worked very closely with, and the partner group. I made some great friends in Dublin as well. Probably the greatest achievement I would think would be moving to the new offices at Lanyon. We got a great lift when we moved there.
I joined KPMG first and foremost, I suppose, to complete my training contract, and I hadn't really given much thought to whether I would work in industry, work in practice, or use my qualifications more widely. But the experience that I've gained in KPMG and continue to gain has been fantastic in terms of the diversity of the work, the quality of the work that we do, and the sort of bright minds that I get to engage with on a daily basis, both inside and outside the organisation. The reason I'm probably still in KPMG after almost 30 years is, I suppose, the people I work alongside every day. It's a very, there's a very strong work ethic, but also it's a very supportive culture. We've an open door policy, and to me, people are always very generous with their time. And obviously over the past 30 years, people have come and gone, but there's always been a sort of strong core. So whilst the organisation has grown, I think that I've managed to maintain that sort of nurturing and protective environment in which people can flourish.
You get to work with some fantastic clients. You know, I had like of Ulster Bank and Norbrook and Progressive. It was a fun place to work, and certainly the people were great. I think you always probably look back to the partners who were in charge. So obviously I have the likes of Henry Saville and Saunders Graham and Arthur O'Brien and John Darcy. More really special memories just of, I suppose, the peer group leaders that I had. So we managed sort of at that stage there were 4 audit groups. I had Neil Taylor, Linda McLaughlin and John Poole, who's obviously a partner still in KPMG, and myself. I think as a team, we worked really well together, and I think maybe at the time, looking back, you know, there was no office politics. We just got on, we worked hard together, we were always there to help each other, and I think maybe only later in life do you realise it's not necessarily always like that in different working environments. So that was a real pleasure to work with those guys.
I moved back from Dublin to Northern Ireland 3.5 years ago, and it was great to see there was a new team set up here with analytics and AI capabilities, so it meant I could pursue my career here closer to home. So our team consists of data visualization, data science and data engineering experts. My uncle, Pat Conan, he, like myself, came from a farming background, so knowing someone like him having a professional career in financial services just made me think I can pursue a career like that.
For me, KPMG is where I could develop myself both personally and professionally. Professionally, KPMG has helped me to leverage my business skills, my technology skills, and actuarial skills. That's the department that I work for. So I was first initially working in India, got an opportunity to come over to 3 months secondment in the UK. At the end of this secondment, I was offered a permanent role to come back and work with KPMG Belfast, and I think that's the best decision I've ever made in my life, and I'm so happy working for KPMG here.
In KPMG we worked hard, right? But we played hard too, you know, and it was a really great time that you were in a place, as I said, with like-minded people. But it was probably quite a transformative time for me, and I didn't realise it, you know, because you were building networks. You know, you were getting experience dealing with, you know, senior leaders. You were getting the experience of managing teams. And again, all of those things which are so important in my role now as managing director.
You know, reflecting on my time at KPMG, I have to say there was a great sense of collaboration, of team. Coming in from a law degree, I was pretty green, it's fair to say. My time was shaped by everyone in the team. I remember even learning a lot from my own comrades, my own peer group, and even the guys who were in the years before me. They took their time with me. They were all about nurturing the next generations coming through. The managers were fantastic, the directors, the partners. It was very much a sense of team and supporting those next guys coming through.
I started in KPMG in 1988. We did a milk round back then, and in the milk round we got to see the different firms. KPMG had a fantastic culture, and in our year everyone wanted to join the firm. I look back with a huge amount of gratitude and fondness. It was a brilliant place to be with fantastic people. We all looked up to the partners, so the partners were the gods of KPMG. I'm sure you'll be speaking to Ben Wilson and Henry Saville. They were great people. We all had huge respect for them. But your informative hours are spent with your team. I was fortunate enough to have 3 managers, all very different. Jeffrey Elliott, Paul Hannigan, Peter Gribben.
If I had to sum up KPMG in one word, for me it would be transformative.
Trusted.
The people.
Teamwork.
Fun.
Special.
Fun.
Relationships.
People.
Innovative.